Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. May peace be upon us all. His Excellency, Secretary General of the Boao Forum for Asia, Mr. Zhang Jun. Excellencies, distinguished delegates, ladies and gentlemen. A century ago, Asia was a fragmented region, recovering from wars, colonial legacies, and economic challenges. Today,
but allow me to also express my appreciation to our friends at Pidato. Because of our partnership, all of this can happen. Yes, we put a lot of effort in the past 2 years to prepare the facilities, but all of this is done because we know these games is very important to send that message to our own people, but also to the world. And yes, we would like to be as best host as we can, but that can only be possible because of the support from all of you who are here in this country.
When you use whiteboard, you feel like you're in the university. Professor Tu, I remember when I started my tenure as governor. I entered my first meetings with all the staff, head of departments in the provincial government of Jakarta. Jakarta is a city, but it's called provincial.
Okay.
And the mayor is called governor, so I was called governor. But actually it's a city.
Okay.
So what happened was I started the meetings and all the head of departments were there. And as I am talking, I start looking around and trying to find whiteboards. And there is no whiteboards. There is no blackboards. It's just a place where you put on your presentation slide. Okay? And then I asked, is this a place for discussion or for instruction? Because it feels like you're here only to give instructions. And I said, no, let's have a whiteboard. So since then, the meeting room for the governor, now still there, has a whiteboard.
Okay, very good.
Because when you have a whiteboard, then you have a discussion.
Right.
If you don't have a whiteboard, there is no discussion. Right?
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. May peace be upon us all. His Excellency, Secretary General of the Boao Forum for Asia, Mr. Zhang Jun. Excellencies, distinguished delegates, ladies and gentlemen. A century ago, Asia was a fragmented region, recovering from wars, colonial legacies, and economic challenges. Today, it is the world's economic engine. But the question remains, will this be the Asian century? Or will Asia's rise contribute to a century of shared global prosperity? That choice depends on what we do today in moments like this, where dialogue must translate into real action. It is a great honor to stand before you today at the Boao Forum for Asia, an event that has become synonymous with dynamic regional cooperation. This forum brings together leaders, thinkers, and decision makers who share a common mission, building a better future. Of course, some of us might also be here for the networking, nice weather, and the good food. But let's pretend it's mostly about the mission. All humor aside, this forum has been instrumental in shaping regional cooperation. Looking back, the 6th President of the Republic of Indonesia, Susilo Bambang Yudhoyono, my father, attended the BFA Forum in 2005 under the theme, Asia Searching for Win-Win, the New Role for Asia. That same year, Indonesia and China signed a strategic partnership agreement, ushering in a new chapter of bilateral cooperation, one that was elevated to a comprehensive strategic partnership in 2013. Today, as we discuss sustainable development in a transforming world, we build upon the foundations laid in the past. Transforming is a polite way to saying that our world is unpredictable, complex, and often quite chaotic. We face global disruptions, geopolitical tensions, economic realignments, technological upheavals, and climate change all at once. It is tempting to focus solely on crisis management, but times of uncertainty are precisely when we must think bigger, act bolder, and collaborate deeper. Excellencies, distinguished delegates, ladies and gentlemen, Indonesia believes that sustainability is not just about surviving crisis, but about uplifting people, protecting the planet, and fostering prosperity. It is about building resilience for the long run. And resilience is like a good investment. It doesn't always yield immediate returns, but over time, it determines whether we thrive or struggle. Under the leadership of President Prabowo Subianto, Indonesia is prioritizing an integrated approach that connects infrastructure, food security, water management, and energy sustainability. These issues are not separate challenges. They are deeply interconnected. If we neglect one, we weaken all. If we strengthen them together, we create a foundation for lasting stability. Let me give a simple example. Imagine you build a state-of-the-art highway, but it leads to a region without reliable electricity, poor water access, and struggling farmers. What happens? That highway remains underutilized, investments stagnate, and communities see no benefit. Infrastructure must serve people, not the other way around. This is the model Indonesia is developing, an integrated, people-centered approach to sustainability. We are now investing in stronger irrigation systems to protect against droughts and floods, resilient rural logistics to connect farmers and the markets, renewable energy expansion, because no country can sustain long-term growth on outdated energy resources. But we recognize that Indonesia is not an island in this effort. Just as our provinces are interconnected, so too are our nations. The same challenges we face, climate risk, energy security, food resilience, are also challenges for the entire region. Therefore, our efforts must be part of a larger regional vision. The question is, how can we take what works at the national level and scale it up for broader regional benefit? This brings me to my next point. True sustainability requires cooperation. No nation can solve these challenges alone. If we want sustainability to be more than just a conference buzzword, we must work together across borders, across sectors, and across industries. Excellencies, distinguished delegates, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to highlight 3 critical areas where regional cooperation is no longer optional. It is essential. Number 1, infrastructure connectivity, the backbone of trade and growth. Trade does not just happen on paper. It moves through roads, ports, railways, and digital networks. A region without connectivity is like a smartphone without internet, full of potential but unable to function. Indonesia supports greater collaboration in cross-border infrastructure, ensuring the economic growth is not concentrated in a few hubs, but benefits the entire region. Number 2 is the energy transition. Green growth must be a shared mission. Transitioning to clean energy is not easy, especially for developing economies. But let's be clear, fossil fuel dependency is not a long-term strategy. We must mobilize green investment and create mechanisms that make sustainable energy affordable, scalable, and inclusive. For instance, Indonesia is home to the world's largest geothermal potential, and we are actively developing it as a sustainable energy source. We believe that collaborative.
Halo teman-teman, berjumpa bersama saya di Politik Dangi. Luar biasa sekali bagaimana pidato Anies Baswedan dan Ahy, teman-teman, Agus Harimurti Yudhoyono ini sangat berkelas, berkualitas ya. Kenapa? Karena mereka adalah putra-putra terbaik Indonesia yang saat ini sangat mempunyai kapasitas dan luar biasa kualitasnya, teman-teman. Bahasa Inggris mereka sungguh membuat kita itu bangga ya, karena mereka ini adalah tokoh yang digadang-gadang akan menjadi presiden ke depan ya. Dan kita berharap Ahy dan Anies ini bisa berduet lagi di tahun 2029 menjadi Capres dan Cawapres dan bisa mengalahkan Prabowo Subianto dan Gibran, teman-teman. Apalagi kalau kita lihat mereka ini masih muda, masih energik, masih sangat luar biasa. Kecerdasan mereka juga sangat-sangat membuat kita itu semakin bangga ya. Dan kalau kita melihat bagaimana kemarin duet mereka mungkin tidak direstui oleh Surya Paloh, dan hari ini adalah bagaimana mereka akan menjadi sepasang Capres dan Cawapres yang luar biasa, teman-teman, yang membuat gempar Republik ini. Bagaimana menurut kalian?